I want to start today's technical analysis portion by looking at where we came from. Kind of like wrap it all up in a package and tie it up with a bow. And it's going to be really cool to really get this 30,000 foot view. Oh, hello, Olga, and hello, Rebecca. Great to have you ladies on here. Okay, so let's talk about this big green bullish parabolic move. Let's zoom in a bit here, close this panel. All right, so we got this range action, we break out of the range, and this is what I want to talk about right now. So from beginning of November 5th to mid-December, up here, who knows or who remembers and can tell me what the cause of this move was? This whole bit right here. I'm going to mark it in, this move. From beginning of November to mid-December. What caused this? I love it. I love all of your engagement. I'm just giving everyone time because I see people are typing. So yes, you got it. Janet, Trump. Oh my God, my chat just jumped. Janet, Trump pump. Olga, election. Yes, Olga was part of the cohort when that happened. Flux, Trump pump. Iron, Trump. Christopher Smith, speculation. Yes, but you know, it's all speculation. Everything we do is speculation. That is literally what trading is. Speculating on price. Michelle, Trump. Carrie, also thinking Trump. Cheryl, election. Alice, Trump. Yeah. Okay, you got it. You're right. So, pretty much, Trump wins the election, and we get the Trump pump. Now, what did Trump winning the election bring with it? In terms of what did him and his party, what did that mean for the market? What did it mean for Bitcoin and cryptos? Anyone know? Yes, it was a Trump pump, but why did we get a Trump pump in BTC? Yep, I love it. I love what I'm seeing. Flux, crypto acceptance. Michelle, strategic Bitcoin reserve. Janet, commit to crypto reserve. Positive for the crypto space. Yes. Iron, pro crypto. Cheryl, he supports crypto. Olga, build a crypto reserve. Christopher, positive sentiment. Yes. Janet, also some kind of task force or something to do with SEC. Yeah, just building up like a crypto team, I guess you could say that. Carrie, announcing US would be the world crypto home. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let me pop out my call out here. Oh, gotta find it. Oh, that was right. Okay, so we got this one. Trump wins election and promises of a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Yep, you got it. Alice, USA Crypto Hub. Right. Now, moving ahead to more current, the last major swing high we got in BTC was Monday, January 20th. So the first arrow here is December, where we hit 108, and then we hit 109K on Monday, January 20th. So last major swing high, all-time high. And since we hit this all-time high at 109K, it's been down ever since this day. Now, who can tell me what the significance of Monday, January 20th was? What happened on that day in history? Yep, you got it. Janet inauguration, Flux. Darren, Michelle, yes, sworn to office. Olga, Carrie, you're correct. That was Trump's inauguration. So now we have this call out up here, Trump's inauguration. So the Trump pump was the result of the narrative that was like, oh my God, it's going to be crypto season, Bitcoin strategic reserve. We got a pro crypto cabinet, pro crypto team. We got a crypto czar that Trump has appointed. That was the rumor, right? That was the rumor. Buy the rumor. But then, okay, everyone, once again, what comes after buy the rumor? What do we say? Buy the rumor and love it. We're all on the same page. Sell the news. Buy the rumor. Okay, Trump pump was the rumor. Sell the news. Trump's inauguration was selling the news. So the news was, yes, Trump's actual inauguration date. And you can see, we've just fallen down. We shat downwards ever since. So there we go. Now when we look back, at the time it's very hard to see or pinpoint, but this is the importance of zooming out and looking back, right? You always want to zoom out, look back. And I think you can see the way I have my charts open every single week on these calls. I am zoomed out and I often look back. So zooming out, looking back, we can see buy the rumor, sell the news. We have not been that high since Trump's inauguration date. Isn't that so funny to see? It's very weird, right? Very ironic. So we can actually see something extremely similar that happened in the past if we scroll all the way back to 2021. So let's have a scroll back over here. All right. I'm looking at this date right here. So who was here back in 2021 in April? Who was here? So this high was April 14th, 2021. Does anyone know what the significance of April 14th, 2021 was? Many people actually don't have this date in their mind as an important date, but it is actually important. There is something that happened on this day. Anybody know? Type it in the chat. Christopher, wish he knew. Michelle having, nope, that's not it. Having was 2020. This one is 2021, April 14th. We hit a high of $65,000. No, COVID was March 6th or March 15th, 2020. And we would not get a high from COVID, Cheryl. COVID was the low of 3,000. This is 65,000. Anybody know? Give you like another 15 seconds. Withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan. I actually can't confirm nor deny. I don't know if that was what happened, but that's not what I'm thinking of. Something corona related, that's a no. Anybody? Any ideas? The first high in the 2021 cycle. Yes, Iron, yes. Coinbase IPO. Let's see if I can get the right one. Bam, Coinbase IPO. Coinbase, the first crypto unicorn, worth $1 billion, goes public. Amazing. So, this entire move up, about January, from January, this entire move up until mid-April, was fueled by tons of buzz about Coinbase going public. And, the narrative was institutions are coming, institutional players, and Coinbase being a centralized custodian for institutions, right? So institutions who have investing clients, they're going to use Coinbase to be the custodian, hold the crypto funds for these institutions on behalf of institutions' investors. So it was a huge thing. It was a huge deal. Big news. Well, it turns out all that fuel, all that pump, all that narrative for the run up, it was mainly Coinbase IPO and what that brings with it, institutions. Only for the exact day of Coinbase's IPO to be the highest price that we would see for months. So let's measure it. I'm going to take my shift ruler, measure it until we hit that price again, which was over here on October 20th, 2021. You can see that's 189 days. 189 days, that's like 6 months and some days. 6 months and a week. So take that in. So now, back to future time, current time, not future. So in Trump's first week in office, so that was this little consolidation period here. So you see, we did have like a grinding price action into this triangle that I drew for his first week. That was like an indecision moment. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going to happen? What's actually going to happen? And so we did get that sideways grinding halt until the breakdown. So in his first week in office, that Thursday, let's find the candle, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this guy here, no significance on the candle, but that Thursday, January 23rd, that was the day that he signed an executive order that included working on developing a national digital asset stockpile. Digital asset stockpile. So that title, that name, is so much different to what was rumored down here, which was Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Yeah, it's crypto. Yes, it's going to be a stockpile of some sort. But remember, people were prepared for a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. That was the rumor. So that was the rumor, and the news actually comes out that it's actually going to be a digital asset stockpile. So let me add that to this call out. Let's say it is now digital asset stockpile executive order, EO. Okay, and then this past Sunday, massive green bullish engulfing candle. I think you all know what happened. Just before the weekly closure, just before the weekly candle close, we got Trump posting on Truth Social saying they are moving forward with a crypto strategic reserve. Let me pull that up. Right here. So he says, a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and ADA. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. And then right after that, oh, by the way, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum as well as other valuable cryptocurrencies. They'll be the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, oh, how could we forget to include that? How could we forget to pump that, right? So that's what happened on his account on Truth Social. Let's pop out a call out for this. There we go. Crypto Strategic Reserve. Now it's going to include Ripple, Solana, Cardano, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So I had made an entry on our weekly watch list on Sunday, and I wasn't expecting many of you to see it, but I did have this note on Sunday. As soon as that came out, I said, okay, this is feeling like a bull trap. Like, I think it's a trap. I think it's tricks. It's all tricks. It's all show business. That's all it is. So why does it feel like a bull trap? Okay, so Trump posts about the crypto strategic reserve, and that's like, he's trying to get some dead dino coins pumping. Dead dino coins. Ripple, Cardano, and then, oh wait, of course, and also Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be there. So notice when and how these news and narratives come out. I really want you to pay attention to that, because like, when we're not on these calls together, and stuff like this happens, I really want you to pay attention to this. We know Bitcoin was still in its free fall because there was nothing else to support a move to the upside yet. So it likely would have kept falling, if not maybe consolidate for a few hours in this area, just above the 80K area. That's probably what would have happened if Trump didn't make that post. But then you get Trump to post some very hopeful things just to shoot Bitcoin and the crypto market cap as a whole upwards. And to me, that was just all too convenient. So I was like, I don't know, that looks like a bull trap. On Sunday night when I saw this candle, I said, okay, this is a critical support zone. Okay, see my blue rectangle box? That's a critical support resistance zone. That's the daily 50 EMA. I think that is where we meet our resistance. Like, just my feeling, I hate using that word feeling, but it's my hunch that we don't move that much higher after this. And indeed, on Monday, we fell straight down. So indeed, it was a bull trap. So just imagine when that news came out, Crypto Strategic Reserve, how many people bought BTC on leverage on this candle? Tons of people throwing their money, maybe their life savings, on disgusting amounts of leverage, overexposing themselves, over risking their capital, because to them, that's a for sure thing. Of course, like I said, it's a bull trap. It's not a for sure thing. It's still a rumor. This is still a rumor until it is actually bought, and until we see the actual reserve and how much is in there. It's all rumors. It's all show business. It's clearly show business. That's all I have to say about it. It's tricks. It's to get you in at the wrong time and get you out at the wrong time. So yeah, I just thought it was too convenient. We would have either fallen further or consolidated here, but then we got a pump on Sunday night. And then all the technicals were just screaming to me, like, be careful, don't get in too early. I think it's just a trap to lure people in. Get people in massively leveraged long positions, which their liquidations would be in this area, right? If you're like buying right here in the 87 to 90K zone and you're on massive amounts of leverage, then your liquidations will be pretty close by. The market just needs to move against you by like 2% and you're out. You're liquidated. Your entire position gone. And so Monday, that happened. There's probably still a lot of liquidations in this area too. So just be aware of that. 75K to 80K, a lot of liquidations remain at this level. I'm saying that because it's very easy for price to wick down again to the 75, 80K levels. And that can easily happen with any negative news. So first you trap people buying. Okay, and then the day after you liquidate all those buyers. And then, for anyone who didn't get liquidated yet, whose liquidations are down here, maybe just one more pierce, one more wick, and really kick them out. Really get them out, liquidate them, wipe them out.